Hello again, class 676. Okay, I want to do one more paragraph. I did 2 paragraphs yesterday, but I want to do one more because I want to finish this book as soon as possible. Because very soon some new books will be here. And I don't want to overlap. I don't want them to overlap too much. This book is for listening comprehension. Remember, don't try to memorize these paragraphs and reproduce them unless you have a very high level of English already. If you have an intermediate level, high intermediate level, reproducing these paragraphs orally is I'm not sure if it's the best approach. In the future, we'll have another book. And that book will, memorize every, very short paragraphs, shorter than these paragraphs, maybe 2 sentences only. 1,000 paragraphs, And you try to memorize them and reproduce them orally 5 times, 10 times, until you have agility, then go to paragraph 2. But that's not these. All right, but these I want to finish as soon as possible. So let's do paragraph number 164. Okay? Are you ready? Okay, good. Paragraph 164. He would have avoided the accident if he had noticed the truck coming just an instant sooner. Yeah, he was a very skillful driver. And this only proves that no matter how well you normally drive, an accident can occur when you least expect it. Yeah, this is true. This is true. You never know. You never know. He would have avoided the accident. He would have avoided the accident if he had noticed the truck coming just an instant sooner. Yeah. He was a very skillful driver. And this only proves that no matter how well you drive, an accident can occur when you least expect it. Yeah. He would have avoided the accident. So this person died in a traffic accident involving a truck, a lorry, as the British would say, un camion. He would have avoided the accident if he had noticed the truck coming just an instant sooner. Más pronto. Un instante. Medio segundo. He could have avoided it. Yeah. Esto es el pasado condicional. Escucha. Habría evitado el accidente. Si hubiera. He would have avoided the accident. Si él hubiera notado. If he had noticed. Si se hubiera percatado. If he had noticed the truck coming, just an instant, un instante, just an instant más pronto, sooner, just an instant sooner. So he would have avoided the accident if he had noticed the truck coming just an instant sooner. Ahora, con naturalidad nativa. He would have avoided the accident if he had noticed the truck coming just an instant sooner. He would have avoided. He would have avoided. Mucho V aquí. Avoid tiene V. Would have. He would have avoided. Os cuesta. He would have avoided the accident if he had noticed the truck coming just an instant. Just an instant. Todo conectividad total. Sooner. He was a very skillful driver. Habilidoso. Skill is habilidad. Destreza. Skillful? All right. Diestro. Habilidoso. He was a very skillful. Doble L. No. Él es simple en Reino Unido. Wow. Crazy. No. Perdona. I don't know if this is, in your book, in your translation booklet, skillful, in my opinion, is misspelled. It's misspelled. In American English, skillful is SKILLFUL. L. Here it's S-K-I-L, single L, F-U-L. I think it's a spelling mistake. I don't think the British spell the word this way. But in any case, you understand. All right, you can check in your dictionary. Era un conductor muy habilidoso. He was a very skillful driver, and this only proves, esto solo demuestra, to prove, demostrar. This only proves that no matter how well you normally drive, por muy bien que normalmente conduzcas, no matter how well you normally drive, an accident can occur, can happen, ocurrir. An accident can occur when you least expect it. Cuando menos te lo esperas. Cuando menos lo esperas. When you least expect it. Which is true, Marta. You never know. In a split second. Se dice split second, un segundo partido en dos. So we say split second. It can happen. Never trust yourself 100%. When you're driving, I'm a good driver. And I can drive fast and safely, but you never know if you can have a blowout, un reventón, a 180, good luck, or un jabalí, un perro, un ciervo, crosses in front of you, and your instant reaction is to swerve. And if you're driving if you're going 150, so you always need to be careful, because something totally unexpected can occur. A wild boar, un jabalí, a deer, ciervo, a dog, all right? And people say, well, I'll kill it, I'll kill the dog, I'll continue, but you don't. The natural instantaneous reaction is to turn the steering wheel. Usually, if you're right-handed, this way, if you're left-handed, this way, and boom, boom, you're dead. So you need to be careful. All right, one more time. He would have avoided the accident if he had noticed the truck coming just an instant sooner. He was a very skillful driver, and this only proves, solo demuestra, it only proves that no matter how well, no importa lo muy bien que, no matter how well, no importa cuán bien, no matter how well you normally drive, no matter how, and this only proves that no matter how well you normally drive, an accident can occur when you least expect it. All right, which is true, by the way. I've never had a serious accident. Well, once, when I was 17, I was involved in a serious accident. It wasn't my fault. I was driving a relatively small car. The traffic light changed to green, and I proceeded to enter the intersection, a busy intersection in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And out of the corner of my eye, I noticed a car coming fast. And he hit my car. He knocked me into the car behind. It was next to me. We were crossing like boom, like this, and a car coming this way, boom, like this, in the opposite direction. So there were 4 cars involved. The man didn't notice that the light had changed. You understand? He didn't notice. He didn't have insurance. No tenía seguro de coche. He had a problem. He had a problem. But in any case, my car was totally destroyed. My first car, that was my car. I paid for it 50%. My father paid 50%. My father told me, I'll help you buy a car, but you have to work and make money. If you pay 50%, I'll pay 50%. And so we made a deal. And I bought an Opel Kadett, pequeño. And it was destroyed after 8 months, maybe 9 months. Bam. That's the only serious accident I have been in, which means when you're at an intersection, un cruce intersection, and the light changes, and you start moving, nevertheless, it's always good just simply to look. just in case. Or if you're crossing on a zebra crossing, always look. You never know. You never know. I remember I think it was 2017 or 2018, in the final of the Champions League, Real Madrid, Liverpool. Creo que en Roma jugaban. I don't remember where they played, or Paris. Well, last one was in Paris. I don't remember where. But Benzema approached the goalkeeper for Liverpool, who was throwing the ball, and he put his foot out. Bum! He made he made a strange goal. And he said later, he said, I always pressure the goalkeeper, because once of every 200 times, it happens. And it happened that day. And it destroyed the morale of Liverpool that day. It was an interesting game. All right, where are we? Focus pack, learn to speak up. List 11. Page 154. Mírale. Empezamos. We're beginning the section for phrasal verbs. Mírale, look at him. Míralo, look at it. Mírala, look at her, si es mujer. O si es una cosa femenina como la puerta Alcalá. Mírala, 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 mírala. La puerta Alcalá. Translate that to English, people say, you're crazy. What a crazy song. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Me cuesta. People say, that's a horrible song. In English, it doesn't work, okay? But in Spanish, mírala, mírala. Okay. Yeah. The gate of Alcalá. All right. Mírale a él. Look at him. 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 All right. Búscales. Look for them. Look for them. Cuídales. Take care of them. Take care. Toma cuidado de ellos. Take care of them or look after them. Both are correct. Take care of them or look after them. Si no recoges a Tomás, yo lo o le recogeré. Aquí hay un leísmo en España. Lo es lo correcto, ¿eh? Yo lo recogeré. Si no recoges a Tomás, yo lo recogeré. If you don't pick up Tom, I'll pick him up. If you don't pick up Tom, I'll pick him up. If you don't pick up Tom, or if you don't pick Tom up, cuando es nombre propio, in the middle or after, it doesn't matter. If you don't pick up Tom, if you don't pick Tom up, ahora lo segundo, cuando es pronombre, him, her, it, in medio siempre. If you don't pick Tom up, if you don't pick up Tom, I'll pick him up, okay? If you don't do it, I'll do it. If you don't pick him up, I'll pick him up. If you don't pick him up, I'll pick him up. Pick him up, pick him up, pick him up, pick him up. Pick him up. Pick him up. Las consonantes mandan, fonéticamente como bisagras. Pick him up. Pick him up. If you don't pick Tom up, I'll pick him up. Si no pruebas si no te pruebas la ropa, o si no probarse ropa, ¿no? Sí. Si no te pruebas, aquí dice si no pruebas la ropa. Si tú no te pruebas la ropa, me la probaré yo. If you don't try on the clothes, I'll try them on. If you don't try on the clothes, yo pronuncio clothes como cerrar la puerta. If you don't try on the clothes, I'll try them on. Them on. If you don't try them on, I'll try them on. If you don't pick him up, I'll pick him up. If you don't try them on, I'll try them on. All right. Si no te pones esa corbata, me la pondré yo. If you don't put on that tie, I'll put it on. If you don't put on that tie, I'll put it on. Claro, en inglés está lleno de palabritas de monosílaba. All right. If you don't put on, poner sobre, o sea, poner en. If you don't put on that tie, si no te pones esa corbata, me la pondré yo, okay? If you don't put on that tie, I'll put it on. If you don't put on that tie, I'll put it on. All right. Si tú no si tú no investigas la cuestión, la investigaré yo. If you don't look into the matter, I'll look into it. Aquí pronombre para el final. If you don't look into, to look into es investigar un asunto. No de detective, no un asunto criminal o de delito. If you don't look into the matter, así lo dice, ¿no? If you don't look into the matter, I'll look into it, okay? If you don't look into the matter, I'll look into it. Somebody has to look into the matter. So if you don't do it, I'll do it. If you don't do it, I'll do it. If you don't look into it, I'll look into it. Recuerdo que la L inglesa es un poco como la L catalana. Es una L más lo. All right. La L castellana es una L así. La land, land, la. Fa la 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 la, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. Okay, Spanish. Catalan, fa la la la. And in English, fa la 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 la. Menos catalán, un poco más en medio. Fa la 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 la. All right. Si tú no sacas la basura, la sacaré yo. Marta nunca saca la basura. If you don't take out the trash, if you don't take out the garbage, I'll take it out. Yes, hay que bajarlo a la calle. You know, I'll take it out. Yes, oh my God, what a pain in the neck to take out the trash, to take out the garbage, to take out the rubbish, to take it out. Somebody has to take it out. So if you don't take it out, if you don't take out the garbage, I'll take it out. Como lo dicen aquí? Rubbish, garbage, or trash? Garbage. If you don't take out the garbage, I'll take it out. Claro. The phrasal verbs, in my opinion, except 10 or 15, in my opinion, are impossible to master. They're impossible to master. So, studying phrasal verbs is important for listening comprehension, not for oral reproduction. And every phrasal verb, or practically every phrasal verb in English, has an equivalent standard verb or Latin verb. And so remember this. But you have to understand it. And when you don't understand people, it's because they're speaking like this. If you don't take out the garbage, I'll take it out. If you don't look into the matter, I'll look into it. You know, if you don't put on the tie, if you don't put on that tie, I'll put it on. I'll put it on. If you don't try on the clothes, I'll try them on. I'll try them on. I'll try them on. It's difficult. Si tú no llamas a Jennifer, la llamaré yo. If you don't call up Jennifer, I'll call her up. Se dice mucho call up. But don't worry. You don't need to say up to call. If you don't call Jennifer, I'll call her. But many people say, if you don't call up Jennifer, I'll call her up. Y el up sobra, pero se usa mucho. Como aquí, lo comí todo, me lo comí todo. El me sobra, puedes decir lo comí todo. You don't need to say me lo comí todo. You know, but you do. In Spanish, most people say, hey, mira mamá, me lo comí todo. All right. Me lo he comido todo. All right. And you put me. But lo he comido todo is perfect Spanish. And to call is perfect English. To call up is simply an alternative. All right. Si tú no recuperas la clase ahora, la clase perdida, no podrás recuperarla. If you don't make up the class now, you won't be able to make it up. If you don't make up the class now, you won't be able to make it up. I could destroy your morale with the phrasal verb make up. Destruir tu moral. Desanimarte del todo. With make up as a phrasal verb. I could destroy your morale and say, English is impossible. I'll never learn English. To make up has several different meanings. And it's the dynamic usage and the necessary intonation. You know, I mean, you have to intone correctly as well. In my opinion, it's impossible for non-native people who have not grown up with the language to master phrasal verbs. And so I don't teach phrasal verbs from the oral reproduction point of view. I teach phrasal verbs from the oral exposition point of view, because you will hear phrasal verbs if you deal with native people, and you'll hear them all the time. But when you can speak, I repeat, there's almost always a standard verb that can replace. Esto, por ejemplo. Si no recuperas la clase ahora, la clase perdida, que puedes recuperarla, no podrás recuperarla. If you don't make up the class now, you won't be able to make it up later. Okay. If you don't recuperate the class, se entiende perfectamente, you won't be able to recuperate it later. If you don't recover, so you can find different verbs. You don't need to worry about memorizing and trying to assimilate and reproduce to make up in this case. Si no pones a Tom, si no le pones a Tom a prueba ahora, no podrás ponerle nunca. If you don't try out Tom, you have to testar. Okay, if you don't try out Tom now, claro, es poner prueba para un equipo. If you don't try out Tom now, you won't be able to try him out. If you don't try out Tom now, you won't be able to try him out. If you don't test Tom now, you won't be able to test him. Todo saldrá bien. Everything will turn out fine. Everything will turn out fine. El siguiente. Todo saldrá bien. Everything will work out fine. Those dos. También everything will come out fine. Prefiero turn. Everything will turn out fine. Everything will work out. Con work out, fine. No es necesario. Don't worry. Everything will work out. Things will work out. Don't worry. Things always work out. Siempre acaban terminando bien, saliendo bien las cosas. Don't worry. You worry too much. Yeah. Don't worry. Things will work out. Don't worry. Things will turn out fine. They always do in the end. Be patient. Don't lose sleep. Things will work out. They always do. Things will work out. Don't worry about it. All right, so everything will turn out fine. Everything will work out fine. ¿Cómo salió todo? How did everything come out? Did everything come out okay? Did everything turn out okay? Did everything work out? Because, for example, if Marta needs to go to the facultad, to the school of photography, and take an important exam, and she comes back, I say, how did everything come out? ¿Cómo salió todo? How did everything come out? She said, oh, no problem. Everything came out just fine. Everything came out fine. No entres en el coche. Don't get into the car. Don't get into the car. No salgas del coche. Don't get out of the car. To get into, to get out of. If you want to drive a car, the first thing you need to do is open the door and get into the car. And once you reach your destination, the first thing you need to do is to turn off the engine, open the door, and get out of the car. To get into the car, to get out of the car. To get into, to get out of. También to get into a fight. Entrar una pelea. Enzarzarse en una pelea. To get into a fight. También to get into trouble. Meterse un buen lío con la ley. To get into trouble. También to get into a mess is meterse un lío, pero no con la ley. To get into a mess. To get into trouble usually involves the authorities. Or the teacher. Bueno, la profesora. Macho. All right, you're in trouble, my friend. Yeah, to get into trouble. How much time, Marta? Are we doing well? Not much. All right, no salgas del coche. Don't get out of the car. No subas al autobús. Don't get on. Claro, get on. El autobús es una plataforma cubierta, and you get on. Huh? A car, you get into. You get into the car. Claro, tiene sentido lógico, físico. All right. Into means metiéndose, métete en el coche. Desmétete. O sea, sal del coche. All right, get into, get out of. No subas al autobús. Don't get on the bus. Don't get on the bus. Yeah, no bajes del autobús. Don't get off. Don't get off the bus. No entres en el ascensor. In Gran Bretaña, don't get into the elevator. In Estados Unidos, don't get on the elevator. Because the elevators are bigger in the United States. So you basically get on. But classically, historically, in Great Britain, the elevators, the lifts are smaller. And it's a sense, you feel like, you don't have to contort your body, but it's a sensation, a feeling you're getting into something, to getting into the elevator. All right. No salgas del ascensor. Don't get out of the elevator or don't get off the elevator. Hable más alto. Habla más alto, por favor. Speak up, please. Speak up. Learn to speak up. Hable más alto, por favor. Speak up. Can you speak up, please? Speak up, please, to speak up. And one more. Me quedaré con el cachorro y regalaré. No, me quedaré con un cachorro y regalaré los otros. I'll keep one dog and give away the others. I'll continue tomorrow.